Okay, so I'm going to be demoing, this is my fifth homemade cigar box amplifier. This one is a Danelectro Hodad that I paid $29 for. That unit, it's 1.5 watts if you run it off an adapter. 9-volt battery is 1 watt, and it comes with echo and tremolo. There's no adjustment for the echo. It's one set slapback delay time, kind of short, like around 342 milliseconds, I guess. And then the trem, there is a set and forget pot, but you have to use a little jeweler screwdriver going through the back of the case to adjust that. So for the modification, what I did, there's a timing resistor that's on the circuit board, and it comes right off the echo chip. I think it's like the 6th or the 8th pin. It's on the second row, and it's right in there, the second one. But you remove that resistor and cut in a pot here, so then you can adjust that delay time. You can go a lot longer than the stock and shorter, you know, but as you get longer than the stock model, the quality, the sound quality of the delay repeat, not the straight signal, but the echo sound you're hearing, that sound quality diminishes. So it gives you much more of an old analog kind of delay sound rather than the crisp, you know, pristine digital 16-bit delay, you know, they used to always talk about in the musician friend catalogs back in the 80s. But yeah, I really like modding echoes like that. It's a pretty easy thing to do. It's one resistor. You know, you just lick your finger if you're running off batteries and poke around on the resistor with the echo on, and if you're playing it, you poke there and you hear the echo speed up, it'll ring, 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 like somebody's fast forwarding a cassette tape. Then that's the resistor, you know. You cut that sucker out of there. You can leave it in, just tie in one end onto a pot and the other end back into where that resistor goes, and there's your mod. It's real easy. And like I said, the tremolo, you know, that had that goofy, you had to stick a jeweler screwdriver in there to adjust the speed for the tremolo. So I went ahead and eliminated that, and then I ran, this is a Jewel light. It's a really cool old-fashioned gem light. So I got a separate LED assembly from a minor flashlight and rigged that into there. And then, of course, the larger speaker. The stock Dano Hodad comes with two 2-inch speakers. They're good quality speakers for a 2-inch. I mean, I've seen some really junky looking 2-inch speakers, smaller speakers, you know, 2 inches is rare, but this is a pretty decent one. I mean, actually I have seen some better in the Boston Acoustic, the little white ones, you know, those are some pretty heavy duty full range. But if you do get one of these units, you want to at least put a line out jack in it so you could plug it into a speaker cabinet, or you could rehouse it like I did, which is a little more work, but I mean, it wouldn't be that much work to, you know, take the 4 screws out of it, solder in a jack, a switching jack, so when you plug it in, it disconnects the line for the normal speakers and feeds it out to whatever speaker cabinet you want to run. I mean, I've heard guys running this on a 412 cabinet and supposedly sounding really good. But like I said, I'm running it off of a power adapter, a Boss PSA 120. It's a nice quiet power adapter. Gives it 1.5 amps as the output. If you run off a 9-volt, it's only 1 amp. I'd probably never run this off batteries. I'd use a transformer, a larger sealed lead acid battery or car battery, you know, deep cell, something like that. But I've got 3 adapters that have the built-in voltage regulator and the noise suppressor circuit. I got 2 Boss PSA 120s and then a thing called a 1-spot. And I don't know if you're like me, you're plugging these adapters into things and all of a sudden there's hum and the signal just drive you nuts. So I'm looking into some real easy circuitry that you could put together. I found some stuff on YouTube, and in the future I'm going to probably be throwing together some circuits. And you know, if anybody wants me to do a simplified video, how-to video on how to put something like that together, that's probably going to end up on my channel. So if you're frustrated with that problem and you don't want to shell out $40 plus shipping for a wall wart, you know, stay tuned to my channel, because I'm going to be making a video on that soon. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and make some racket with this thing. It's my Court 45, my garbage pick Korean guitar. It's all rewired. I put in some EMG selects I got for 15 bucks new. The tab was broken off. And then the way I wired it up was it's got 1 tone control, 7 volumes. And then this is a coil tap, so when it's up, they're full humbucker mode. Down, you got single coil. And then center here is a kill switch. So I put some locking tuners on, and I don't know, it's kind of a tight fretboard, but I just really, I love this guitar. I mean, it's uglier than sin, it's real light, plays great. It's perfect if you're working with a mouse and a keyboard. or a mouse and a keyboard and then a musical keyboard doing MIDI, you know, because if you got a Strat, it's, you know, it's going to be getting in the way. You're going to want to take it off all the time. This thing, you know, it weighs next to nothing and makes a nice little armrest for you. But let me go ahead and show you what this amp sounds like real quick here. I've got a single coil mode. I'm on the neck pickup. You can get a real nice clean tone with this sucker. Also, it has tone control. I've got that all the way up, and then there's the gain. If I turn the gain all the way up, it's going to start making a racket because I've got the single coils on. Let me do this. Let me turn the gain back down. Put the humbuckers on for the clean sound here. And then we'll go ahead and gain up. Single coil. There's the humbucker. Neck. This is the bridge. So yeah, you can get a little chunk out of it. And I've tried this. I ran, you know, chorus pedal distortion, electric mistress, frequency analyzer, and then like a Fox Tone Machine clone. I had a bunch of effects in line with this. It likes taking effects. It sounds great with the effects, which you're going to run pedals for it. And what's really nice about this, like I said, it does have the built-in echo and the trem. Now I'm going to turn the gain down here a little bit. Okay, here's what I got going on. I set up the Line 6 DL4 delay pedal as a looper. There's no echo coming out of that thing. And I played a loop of House of the Rising Sun into it using the bridge pickup. And I'm going to attempt to solo over it with the neck pickup. Never really played this song. I mean, I think I remember a couple times when I was a kid, before I lost my fingertips, I played this a little bit. I'm going to start playing it clean, and then I'll kick on an echo and then add a tremolo, so you get to hear it with both of the effects.